we continue to examine ways to promote a healthier lifestyle in our community. I'm here with Healthy Lifestyles team, Dr. Valencia Johnson and Dr. Catherine Conliffe, and we're going to talk about their HALT Healthy Lifestyles team and what the mission is all about. So Dr. Conliffe, could you tell us what the organization is all about?
Well, HALT was formed from the Healthy Lifestyle Initiative from the Cancer Society. We really wanted to see if we could join the global fight, especially with childhood obesity. And so we formed our Healthy Lifestyles Initiative of the Cancer Society, and we are part of the Caribbean Coalition.
Okay, and the main thing you said is childhood obesity and battling childhood obesity. We have a setup here with amount of beverages and the amount of sugar in each beverage. So could you briefly run through, how much sugar would be in malt beverage, fruit juice, and a sports soda, and so on?
Well, first and foremost, as a push for HALT, we wanted persons really to cut out all sugars as much as possible, added sugars. And so the healthiest drink, of course, would be water. Right? That's the healthiest, that's the source of life. So in calculating the amount of sugar that you would find in any beverage, added sugar, you have about 4 grams of sugar, right, in 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
Right.
So that means you divide it by 4, whatever is the amount in grams?
Yeah.
You divide it by 4.
And that would give you your teaspoons. So we have some set up here, and they may already have labels on them. So you had asked about malt, a typical malt. And so we see here that this says 12.5 teaspoons. Okay, so you just multiply that by 4, and that would give you the amount of grams of sugar. So that's 12.5. That's quite a bit.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, so
and we tend to think that some things are healthy. Could you talk about juice? Because we know that juice, people think that, okay, I won't drink soda, I only drink juice, and they think that that's okay. But we understand that there's also a lot of sugar in juice as well.
Added. So you have your regular juice, and then you have your unsweetened juice. So that would be healthier. But for juice, this is the same principle applies. So you look at the label and you check to see how many grams of sugar is in the juice, and so that would give you the amount of teaspoons of sugar.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Conliffe. And Dr. Valencia Johnson, so we understand you're a pediatrician, and a part of, the whole goal of HALT was, many doctors noticed that children were coming in and they had diabetes and other complications that, wouldn't be typical. So could you talk to us about, how important it was for you to be a part of the initiative to kind of get rid of that?
Okay, so yes, over the years, we've noticed of late that more of our adolescents are now pre-diabetics. And a study done by Dr. Keith Rivers here had shown that at least 1 in 10 children were in the adolescent range are now pre-diabetic. And by and large, their intake of sugar is causing that. And so it's important for us to be out there encouraging parents to allow their children to drink water, take only water to school, as opposed to all of the sugar-sweetened beverages that they usually do, in an aim to try and decrease the amount of diabetes as well as high blood pressure and heart disease in the Bahamas.
Okay, and how can you list some of, just broadly, the statistics of where the Bahamas may stand globally in the childhood obesity range?
So currently in the Bahamas, about 45% of our children are either overweight or obese, and that makes us number 1 in the Caribbean and number 6 in the world. So we're not in good standings right now with our lifestyle.
And how does sugar contribute to most of that, and why are we focusing mainly on drinks?
So the things that compose of a poor lifestyle or things that cause children to be overweight or obese are basically a sedentary lifestyle, so not being active, their consumption of sugar beverages, as well as their consumption of fatty foods. But we found that the consumption of sugary beverages has a bigger pull on how overweight or obese children are. And so if we can decrease that alone, if you imagine that children are supposed to have less than 6 teaspoons of sugar per day, and you can see the amount of sugar in each of these beverages. So
Okay, so could you briefly explain, we're about to take a break, but could you briefly explain to us how people can get involved with the Healthy Lifestyles team?
They can contact the Cancer Society, and then they could be put through to us, as well as we have our Facebook page, HALT, going on, so they can also check with us on the Facebook page as well.
Okay, thank you. Healthy Lifestyles team, we'll be back after the break.